know, I look crazy. I look crazy as hell. Welcome back, you guys, to another video. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. It is officially 2026. As we move into the new year, granted, I know this video is going to be a little different than the other ones I've done so far, but let me just say, it's necessary, okay? For the girls who get it, get it. For the girls who don't, get into it. Today's video is because we got some news recently, okay? About the boys. About my boys. You know what I mean? So I thought, why not make a video on a couple rules here that will benefit the girlies for this next comeback. Now, for you all who don't know, I am a K-pop fan. I don't really talk about it too much, but for the ones who know, you know how deep this rabbit hole goes, okay? Recently, we got some news. Well, we already knew. Been new. The boys have finished their military service, and they are planning on a comeback for this year. When I say we're ready, but we're not ready. You know what I mean? We're ready, but we're not quite ready. Girls are broke out here. You know what I mean? Nobody's been saving. I've talked to a couple of girls I know. Nobody's been saving. But we are all ready and prepared to go broke for this one. Even though, you know what? Let me stop saying it. Broke is a mindset. No, we're in between blessings. Yes, ma'am. I've been in K-pop for a really long time, since like 2018, 2017 when I got into it. In college. Big fan of the boys. Big fan. I've experienced a couple comebacks, and I've had the opportunity to be able to go to a concert. When I first tried to go, and I can't remember which tour it is, but I'll put it around here so you guys can see it. Tried to get tickets to that tour, couldn't get them. It's because I was a rookie, okay? A rookie. I knew nothing. So when Yoongi said, I wanna run this back, or my man Min Yoongi said, I wanna run this back for a stadium tour, we locked in. Me and my good girl Asia, my cousin, that's my rollie when it comes to this K-pop thing. Me and her, that's my girl. We go to K-pop concerts together. We make sure we well prepared to get tickets. I was disappointed the first time. I was at work, I had my laptop. I was like, hey y'all, just give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna try to get these tickets when they drop and go on sale. Tickets sold out within 10-15 minutes. Like I BS you not, couldn't get in. It crashed when I got in, and all I had was my laptop. It crashed, and I was so disappointed. Finally got in there, sold. Everything was sold. First rule being, make sure you have multiple devices. Make sure you have more than one. If you're thinking you're gonna get tickets with just one device, I'm telling you now, you will be highly disappointed, because there's gonna be so many people trying to get through to the site. It's going to crash, so I'm telling you this now. Have multiple devices. Let me just say, I was procrastinating as well. I very much was procrastinating. Don't procrastinate. Make sure your money is in the account and ready to go. I still had to run to the bank the day I bought my tickets to that second go round. I had to run to the bank. I was on the phone with my cousin. She was in line. I was not. Had nothing ready and prepared. So again, make sure your money is at the ready. Second thing, if you have an account with Ticketmaster, make sure you are logged into your account to Ticketmaster, okay? Make sure you're logged in, because you don't want to have to spend all this time trying to put information in. You just might get kicked out, take too long trying to put information in. Next thing you know, you lose your tickets. Just saying, let's not just be ready. Make sure you have a team. And I know it sounds crazy. If you're new to this and you don't have nobody, I advise you to reach out to some of the communities, because the girls are always ready, okay? Me having my cousin, she was ready with her phone and her laptop. I came home from the bank and I was ready with my phone and my laptop. Baby, we was a team. We said, whoever get it first, spend the money. You know what I mean? Get the tickets, and we'll, you know what I mean? We'll figure out the rest later. And that's exactly what we did. Mind you, I got in line after her. And as soon as the tickets dropped and was on sale, I got in there before she did, and she was already waiting in line. Have a team ready. I'm telling you, it'll benefit you in the long run, right? Another thing you want to think about, be considering which city you want to go to before the day that the tickets drop. If you know some of the main cities that they always go to, I wouldn't suggest going to some of the bigger cities. I would suggest more so going to the smaller cities, because I know the girls they're gonna be out in droves. You feel me? Like, it's gonna be packed out. I know it is. Like, everybody's now a BTS fan. I know that this time around, getting these tickets gonna be cutthroat. Next thing, but be thinking about what city you want to go to for this tour. because I promise you it's gonna benefit you in the long run. I think the last time, we always went to Chicago, but I think this year we're thinking about going to a different city. Let's just try something different this time. Even though I just might go back to Chicago. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I ain't telling y'all what city I'm going to. I'm telling y'all. The next part is make sure you're looking at where the stadium is, and make sure, because if you're gonna go to a different city, or even if it's in your city, you benefit way more because you already live there. You ain't gotta do too much. You ain't gotta worry about Airbnbs. You ain't gotta worry about rides. None of that. You may have to worry about rides. If you are going to a different city, make sure you look at the distance between where you're staying and where the venue is. That's gonna make a huge difference, especially because on the day of the concert, trying to get as close as possible with the Uber rides and everything, or even if you have somebody dropping you off, don't drive. I would suggest nobody to drive. It is terrible. I mean, if you do drive to the venue, good for you. I just wouldn't suggest it. Ubering is always better. Make sure you're looking at the distance between where you gotta be and where you're staying at, okay? Just be thinking about that. The other rule I want you to think of is make sure you're wearing comfortable shoes. Don't get me wrong. I know for the boys, we love to be some BTS baddies. I'm already knowing. I'm with you there, my good sis. But hear me out. Hear me out. You may end up having to do a lot of walking. So for my BTS baddies who got bad knees and might be a little on the flat-footed side, I would advise y'all to wear some comfortable shoes, or wear some shoes with good insoles. Okay, that would be my suggestion. Cause granted, I don't have the best knees. My knees be out here snap, crackling, and popping. Okay, and I ain't flat-footed, but being on my foot for multiple, you know what I'm saying, for a long period of times, I gotta be comfortable. Gotta be. So I'm gonna wear a good tennis shoe. Tell you that right now. I'm gonna be fire, but with a good tennis shoe. When we went to go see the boys in Chicago, we did not expect to be walking as much as we did. We did a lot of walking back and forth because we were like, oh, get an Uber afterwards. Which leads me into my next point. After the concert, walk away from the venue as far as possible. Not as far as possible, but get a good distance away from the venue. When we were at the concert, after it was all said and done, we were like, cool, let's get an Uber. Ain't no big deal. It should be fine. There was so much traffic around the venue that our Uber got canceled at least a good 4 or 5 times. And then somebody was like, no, you guys have to walk further down away from the venue in order to get it, and then order your Uber. Because they're not gonna be able to get to this part because there's too much traffic. Again, which is why I say good shoes. Good shoes. I mean, if you a baddie that like to wear heels and you can do it, thug it out. You know, do your big one. I, on the other hand, will not. Me and my team will not. We will not be doing that. Be prepared to walk, wear good shoes. Because you're gonna have to get a good distance away from the venue in order to get Uber. Again, even if you drive, I mean, hell, it's gonna take forever for you to get out of the parking lot in order to leave, because that's how bad traffic is. This ain't just any old group, you know what I mean? This is BTS. I'm telling y'all now, it's gonna be real cutthroat. Also, another rule, clear bags. They always say you gotta have clear bags. I would suggest not carrying too much. If you bring your light stick, that's one thing. I would suggest you carry cash in your pockets, especially if you plan on buying merch. Keep a little, you might even want to get like a little keychain kind of thing with the, like a little wallet thing to hang around, something like that. I had a homegirl with me when we went to Chicago, and literally she had an umbrella because it rained that day. She ended up having to throw away her umbrella. I'm just telling y'all, you don't bring too much. Okay, just don't bring too much. You want to make sure you have as least on you as possible, while also being able to get everything you need. Get in there, you can get whatever you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like if they got bags for purchases, stuff like that, they'll have some stuff for you, okay? But just carry the least amount of stuff as possible, because you don't want to have to end up throwing your stuff away, because security will make you throw certain things away. Clear bags, cash or card. Don't carry a whole bunch of stuff. Period. And then be prepared to have a good time. I mean, that's just like the ultimate thing about this whole thing. I'll be dropping my story time about a bunch of my K-pop adventures and the concerts that I've been to. It's always been a good time. I always have fun. It's so great. And honestly, it's been so long since I've been to one that I'm ready for what this year brings. 2026, we are going to do the damn thing. I'm not holding back anymore. We're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy ourselves. I'm prepared. Are y'all? Anyway, if you find this video to be helpful, you know, leave a like, you know, share, comment, subscribe. subscribe. In the comments, if there's anything that I missed or if there's any like specific things, put them in the comments for the girls, you know what I'm saying? Because we gotta stick together. This is a community. We do this thing, you know what I mean? We don't gatekeep around here, for the most part. We don't gatekeep around here. So in the comments, I want y'all to share with each other exactly like certain things in specifics. Like if there's anything that I missed. Because honestly, these are just based off of my own experiences. Somebody else's experience might be different, you know what I mean? I don't know. Different cities, different venues, they may be different. But, you know, share in the comments. Because again, we gotta stick together. For the newbies, welcome. For the oldies, y'all know how this go. For the day ones, y'all know how this go. But you know what? Let's have a good time. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye. Honestly, it always upsets me when I start talking about K-pop and like the things that I've had, because in my first apartment, when I say y'all, I've been a fan since like 2017. I've been a fan since like 2017. My first introduction to the boys, it was popped up on the news. Hey, this K-pop artist just beat out Justin Bieber for a Billboard Music Award, and I was like, who? What are we talking about? Well, granted, that ain't even my first introduction. My first introduction to this K-pop thing was my aunt and my cousin, my aunt Erica and my cousin Asia. They told me to listen to. They made me watch 2 videos. One of them I ended up having to go back because I didn't know the names of these groups and I didn't know these songs. But what they did was they was like, "Hey, check these out real quick and tell us what you think." So the first one was EXO. I'm gonna play a little snippet. That was the song that they showed me first, and then the other one was NCT 127. It was this one. I don't know why the names of these songs are like blank in my mind right now. I have no idea. Matter of fact, that ain't even the first introduction. Shout out to my girl Susan. I definitely used to call her Susan then. We was in math class when I was in high school. Oh my god, I completely forgot about this girl. Shout out to you. She used to always talk about this guy, and I never knew. She said, you know, I made the joke of calling this man Bacon, not knowing that there was a running joke that he did not like. Well, she would say it, but like the way she said his name is Baekhyun, and I was just like, Bacon? And she was like, no, he hates that. And I'm like, girl, I don't know none of this. But she would basically tell me about him. Pretty much, not knowing that this was even K-pop or that I would come to love K-pop in the long run. That was before 2016 when I first heard anything about K-pop. Then my aunt and my cousin had me think of that song, had me watch those music videos. Then after that, I was thinking about the songs that they showed me, and I was like, I can't remember what was the name of the song, and I'm like, I gotta find it. So I went down a rabbit hole of trying to find it. And I remember they said K-pop. So then I found a video of like, oh, different K-pop songs over the years. Could not find a song worth the crap. So then I was like, you know what? Let me just call my aunt. I was like, what is the name of that song y'all showed me? She told me. I looked it up. Boom. That's when I saw K-pop group beat out Justin Bieber for a Billboard. And I'm like, who these? Who these people? Looked it up. And the first video that popped up was DNA. And the rest is history. We never looked back. That was when when I say that same day, y'all, I went down a rabbit hole, was watching videos, the whole 9. I mean, just a bunch of videos. A bunch of videos. It was, baby, by the time I got off that laptop, it was dark outside. It was very much dark. Anyway, I mean, I bought like Blackpink. I've had albums, y'all. I literally had albums. If I have any pictures of them, I'm gonna see if I can add it to the video, because I literally had albums. I had posters. I had a book full of photo cards that I was collecting. I've been to 17 concert. I've been to an ATEEZ concert. Been to a BTS concert. And I was building onto it. But I had so much stuff. I had so much merch, y'all. Y'all don't get it. My heart was broken. Because I'm like, dude, now it feels like, do I even start this? So I had a 17 light stick. Any concert I go to, I always buy a light stick. Which is why I have an ATEEZ light stick and a BTS light stick. Granted, The BTS light stick that I have is the newer one versus the other one I had was an older version. And I'm upset because I kind of want the older one just because, you know, I was there. You feel me? But we gonna rock with the new. We gonna rock with the new. The 17 one that I had, I planned on decorating it the whole nine. It came with stickers. I was ready. I bought photo cards that was kind of like Polaroids. If I can find a picture of those, I'm gonna put those in the video. But that, just let's again. I've been in this thing for a minute. I feel like I should post a video of like my top 10, maybe top 15, top 20 K-pop songs from 2025. I might still do that. I know we're in 2026, but I think we should do a nice little recap, nice little K-pop recap. Because when I say 2025, oh, God, man, they was out here killing it. They was killing it. For the girlies who might be thinking that I'm joking, I had an apartment, and my apartment got emptied out wrongfully, okay? So I've had to restart my collection, unfortunately. I'm very sad about it. For those who thinking I might be playing, you feel me? Like, I do this, okay? Granted, we not talking about them, but like, you feel me? We're not talking about them, but you feel me? Like, just, you know what I mean? Just, yeah, just get into it, you know what I mean? What else I got? I've bought shirts for concerts. And, hold that up. I even customized some boots for a concert. You feel me? So, like, when I say I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. Very much, I mean, I'm true to this. You feel me? Like check out the clips on the boots. Just, you know what I mean? Like, I get in my creative bag when it comes to these concerts. I really do my big one.